Greetings, beautiful viewers. Today on Enlightening Entertainment, we present an interview with Mr. Gary Good, President and founder of the USA-based Gary Good Entertainment and Speakers Bureau. Mr. Good has earned a high reputation in producing entertainment events and arranging for celebrity appearances. As a former professional band leader and musician, Mr. Good brings his knowledge and experience to the field, working with celebrated speakers for lectures, conventions, and a host of other gatherings. We first met Mr. Good through his collaboration with the Supreme Master Ching Hai International Association during the planning of the One World of Peace Through Music benefit concert in 1998. Held at the Shrine Auditorium in Los Angeles, California, USA, this memorable concert brought together a constellation of talented performers and Hollywood artists, thanks in part to the assistance of Mr. Gary Good. These days, Mr. Good is still ever productive and creative in his field. Through entertainment and public speaking events, he envisions reaching and inspiring thousands and thousands of people with uplifting messages. Let us now join Supreme Master Television's conversation with Mr. Gary Good, founder and president of the Gary Good Entertainment and Speakers Bureau.
Hi, Gary. It's a pleasure to have you here with us.
It's very nice to be here. Thank you.
Can you introduce to our viewers a little bit about yourself and your work in the entertainment industry?
Sure. I started my company when I was in college and began by working with music, with bands and entertainment for fraternities and sororities and local events. And I continued doing that after college and began my agency. And we grew over the years and started working with national names and bringing in national entertainers for events and celebrities. And in 1990, we added a speakers bureau to our company. And we bring speakers for like lectures for corporations and various events. So we are basically a resource for our clients to help them facilitate bringing in a name celebrity for their event.
So you've worked with some of the biggest names in Hollywood. Can you share with us some of those memorable experiences?
One of the things that's been a lot of fun for me is working with people that I watched on television while I was growing up. And I did an event in Daytona Beach, Florida for a medical center, and it was a full week for a public health forum. And I brought in Art Linkletter, who had a television show when I was growing up called House Party. And we recreated the House Party television show for our event. We did Dr. Bob Arnott, who is a medical authority on one of the networks on television. We did a concert with Robert Merrill, an opera singer, and had him do a show with a country and western singer, Louise Mandrell. And I've worked with Robert Goulet. I booked him on his first speech. And so for me, it's been a lot of fun working with entertainers because I grew up in an entertainment family. And
your parents were musicians.
Yes, my father was Al Good, a big band leader in an orchestra, and my mother was the singer in the orchestra. So I grew up with it all over in my family.
That's wonderful. In the film industry, there seems to be a trend to spirituality, as seen in the increasing numbers of spiritual movies that are being produced. We also see how many actors and actresses are leaning towards spiritual paths and adopting compassionate vegetarian diets. Could you share your opinion on this, and why do you think this is so?
I think the world is hungry for spiritual growth, and with so much commotion going on around us, I think people are really searching, and they're starting to search within, and being able to go to a movie and be not only entertained but inspired to bring out the goodness that's inside. And I think those entertainers who are working in that direction are ambassadors of peace and spiritual growth.
Movies, films, and the industry overall is a very powerful medium to create change for the good of all. For example, we see Al Gore's and Leonardo DiCaprio documentaries, An Inconvenient Truth and The 11th Hour, bring about awareness and action for the environment and climate change. What kinds of change for the betterment of society do you see taking place in the entertainment industry in creating a better world?
I think leading by example is always a good thing. People can read what they're supposed to be doing or factual information on the environment, but when entertainers or actors put together examples that people can watch and see, I think it's significant. It makes people think, and everybody has their own method and their own path to take in helping the world be better, and it takes all kinds and all different efforts, I think.
And global warming is one of the most urgent issues of our time. Supreme Master Ching Hai is using her time, energy, resources to quickly bring awareness to people to change their lifestyle to more sustainable practices. And you work with all areas in the industry, from actors, actresses, to speakers, to sports figures and comedians. How do you see such influential people using their voice to urge for change to save our planet?
There's a select number of entertainers and people who are in the public eye, and whether it's a television personality, a news person, or a sports person, I think it just seems to be becoming more obvious that we need to be doing things to make positive change. And it just seems to be happening more and more, and I'm pleased that the entertainment industry is stepping up to the plate. And to me, it's a matter of letting your voice be heard, whatever it is you have to say.
Mr. Gary Good shares his fond memories about the One World of Peace Through Music benefit concert that brought together some of the most outstanding artists for two children's charities, the Starlight Children's Foundation and the St. Jude Children's Research Hospital in the United States. The benefit concert, organized by the Supreme Master Ching Hai International Association, celebrated the diversity of the music world and the role of music in creating peace. More than 6,000 audience members filled the world-famous Shrine Auditorium on that December evening in 1998 in Los Angeles, California, USA. Our interview with Mr. Gary Good continues when we return to enlightening entertainment here on Supreme Master Television.
Now let's take a trip down memory lane for the One World of Peace Through Music concert organized by the Supreme Master Ching Hai International Association. Our members worked with you and Debbie Reynolds. Tell us about that special event.
First of all, I had no idea what the event was all about when I got the phone call to help with an MC for the event. And the more I worked on the event and started seeing what it was all about, the more interested I was. And I came in the day before and was at the Shrine Auditorium for the rehearsals, and it was an amazing event, so well put together, and the musical scores that were written and all the entertainers, the children, and it was one of the most amazing events that I've been a part of.
What did Debbie Reynolds share with you about her experience in hosting the One World Peace Through Music benefit concert.
I remember her trying to figure out what it was that we were coming to do. And when you work with entertainers, their lives are so busy. They are on the airplanes, they're flying here and there, and many times they arrive at an event and say, where am I and what am I here for? And where's my script? And I think Debbie coming in the day before for the rehearsals was very significant because it gave her the opportunity to see what was going on and what she was here to do. And once she saw what the event was, she was extremely impressed. And I think she really enjoyed being a part of it.
It was favorite stars like Ms. Debbie Reynolds that lit up the night of the One World concert. The gracious presence of the guest of honor, the beloved Supreme Master Ching Hai, made the evening all the more magical. Having had a chance to meet Supreme Master Ching Hai at the reception, Mr. Good recalls his deep impression. He later shares his views on the arts and spirituality.
You met the Supreme Master Ching Hai at the event.
I did. It was an awesome experience. It's amazing what she's accomplished and what she does, and I got to see the artwork and the jewelry and the designs, and I was just totally amazed at what she's done. I think when you have those expressions and such loving message of peace and just coming from the heart, and what music can do and what lyrics can do, poetry, and when you put the poetry that she's written together with a composition with music, it can certainly get across to masses of people the message. And so I think it'd be great if there was another CD that could be brought out, anything that could put that more out into the world. I think it'd be wonderful.
What is the relation between spirituality and music for you?
Wow, I've been experimenting with photography and mixing it with music and creating musical slideshows or movies. And in this new passion of mine, I've found that you can touch somebody's heart and soul by creating the right pictures and the right lyrics and mood with music. I think since I've experienced that, I feel like that more can be done with music with a message, with lyrics that reach out. And in my own endeavors, I'm trying to work on creating some of that myself. So I think spirituality can be expanded and given to the world through music and lyrics and photography. So I think the industry, the music industry in general, is becoming more and more aware of spirituality, and I think it's wonderful. I think if vegetarian restaurants are more available, I mean, you can drive down any street and see fast food. You can stop on any corner and get something to eat, but the availability is the problem. You can't go to most places and get a vegetarian meal. And the lunch I had today was amazing, and it was very enjoyable. It had flavors, and it was great. And I was very satisfied with the meal. And so I think it's more a matter of the availability of the vegetarian restaurants and options. I think they say build it and they will come.
Do you have something you would like to do in the future, like a project that is important to your heart?
When I started my Speakers Bureau, there was a newscaster from ABC News. His name was Barry Serafin, and he still is a newscaster. And I sat down and watched him speak to the audience, and he gave all these students at the time information on his career and the things he's witnessed. And I watched him inspire them. I realized that by arranging for somebody with a positive message to be in front of a large group, that you can make a difference. And so I think that's one of the things I'm trying to do, and I'd like to do more of. And with the One World concert, I would love to be involved with projects like that can reach thousands of people, or hundreds of thousands of people, by putting on an inspirational, entertaining event that would really accomplish that. So I think that's one thing that I would like to do. I just think this One World project, I was fortunate to get to come and be a part of it, the little part that I played. I would just like to see more of this type of movement happening, and because everything that I've seen is positive. It's just a real positive feeling here. I would like to say to the Supreme Master that I do hope to see you again and be a part of another event, and it would be wonderful to have involvement in a project that is so significant in helping other people. It's obvious that your kindness touches many, many people, and I just applaud you for that and thank you very much.
Our heartfelt appreciation, Mr. Gary Good, for taking the time to speak to us, and for the joy you have brought to people in the many events that you have been involved in. We wish you God's blessings and the best of success in realizing your dream to take part in projects that inspire and uplift people. For our interested viewers, more information about Gary Good Entertainment and Speakers Bureau can be obtained at www.garygood.com. Thank you for joining us on today's enlightening entertainment. Please stay tuned for Words of Wisdom, coming right after noteworthy news, here on Supreme Master Television.